What is the sad truth about smart people? Smart does not automatically mean ethical, empathic, conscientious, realistic, creative, pro-social. Yes, ask Reddit, the community where everybody thinks they're a genius. Severe depression. Intelligent people can't state that they're intelligent because people view that as a sign of not being intelligent. But also, if you lord yourself around for being intelligent, there's the implication that you're belittling everyone around you by saying you're better than them. And people don't like that. If other people recognize a person as intelligent and respect that, then there are no problems. But a lot of the times people won't do that because it gets in the way of their own pride. And if they do, then I find they're more likely to have more insecurities, less self-esteem. Then there's also the fact that intelligence is often conflated with success. Basically, people suck at gauging other people's intelligence, and that causes problems. Plenty of smart people will live their whole lives never realizing they're smart. Not being inherently competitive but able to be crushed instantly by failure. There are different types of intelligence. Being good at physics doesn't mean that you should manage people. They have no effect on dumb people's opinions. They're not as smart as they think they are or as smart as people tell them they are. Source. Sailed through school and had lots of people tell me how smart I was all the time. Now no, I just have the ability to think critically and put a lot of effort into learning about things, and have average IQ. Our school system, Australia, isn't built to deal with them. It crushes bright kids down to everyone else's level. The usual solution is just to give them extra work to do on top of the assigned work, when they finish that too fast. But to a kid, that's a punishment. In this way, achieving beyond a certain accepted parameter is quietly discouraged. A lot of the smart kids in high school are being forced by their parents to succeed. When they become adults, they have all the academic skills but little life skills, and they struggle to succeed. It can be very lonely. Mental illness rates are dramatically higher. I know a guy that is literally a genius. No one you tell it to believes it though until they meet him for themselves. He is really eccentric and went for years without wearing shoes. People try to take advantage of them. I want to be one, which means I am not. Expectations. I have a PhD in astrophysics and work as a researcher at a university. I am by no means at the top of my field, but I am in the upper echelon, and I work directly with people who are the top of their field, including a Nobel laureate. Based on my very limited experience, this thread is completely filled with COPE. The overwhelming majority of people who I work with are perfectly normal people who just happen to be very smart. They probably enjoy nerdy stuff more than the average punter, but in all honesty, the bulk of my non-work conversation with my colleagues is discussing either cricket or footy over a beer. All the people above me are perfectly functional members of society. Most have a spouse and many have kids. So all this shit about every smart person being a depressed geeky psychopath is flat out wrong. That's not to say there's not weirdos and oddballs out there. I'm a clinically depressed alcoholic, so I'm not one to judge. My point is more that it's a very stereotypical Reddit thing to talk about how you're such an enlightened being solely because you don't fit into the societal norms, and this thread is absolutely chockers with people claiming that they're smart enough to make the best leaders, but also smart enough to know that politics is a shit show, popularity contest which would frustrate them to death. So we're stuck with power-hungry trust fund babies and very few idealists. A catch-22 of the worst kind. I think truly smart people, those genuinely rare geniuses, are so smart that the rest of us can't even comprehend it. It must be a very strange feeling going through life knowing that most people just can't see and understand the things you do. Many very intelligent young people are poorly stimulated and challenged. Without the proper mental exercise, they're unlikely to live up to their potential. A lot of them are depressed. Mental illness is more prominent. It's sad to see dumb people making dumb decisions in front of your eyes and not be able to do anything but only give them advice. Most helpful advice are a waste. Most dumb people argue a lot instead of reflecting as well using critical thinking. So you will never win an argument against a dumb or biased person. So just walk away and tell them they are right. They'll never be the smartest. There's always someone better, someone smarter, someone more popular. Common sense is not a gift, it is a punishment. Because you have to deal with everyone who doesn't have it. Intelligence doesn't always mean wisdom. Feel they can't have fun because they analyze everything. Lots of people will be jealous of them and resent them, including family members. Loneliness. Hard to find other people who think and or feel as deeply as you do. The sad truth is that being smart isn't even a particularly good indicator in living a happy and fulfilling life. You could be extremely smart and intellectually capable, but if you got beat up as a kid, your parents died, you developed some personality disorder, etc., you're way worse off than someone well-adjusted with a below-average intelligence. Being smart enough to know you're right while dealing with people too stupid to know they're wrong is soul-crushing. All the smart kids that turned into smart adults are severely burnt out and need a break for everything. They don't always find ways of living up to their potential. There's different levels of smartness, and different smart people go about life in different ways. But I think universally young prodigies are typically isolated. They are at a level far above children their age, but are far younger than the people that match intellectually with, lacking life experience. Either way, a young prodigy can't connect with either group. No matter how smart you may be, if you have an argument with a so stupid or so self-centered person, you will almost never prevail. We waste them. Our entirely social structure from schools to mortgages are designed for people with very average intellectually abilities. Smart people have to deal with the daily stress of living in a system that isn't built for them and lose a lot of their productivity and take a real hit to their mental health as a result. If we stopped subjecting them to standardized systems designed against them, just imagine how much further we would have advanced as a species. Sadness, alienation, and the feeling you are never enough. They are often miserable, and able to thoroughly understand their misery and failures. They are full of doubt compared to people who are not smart. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.